Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. And today, basically just doing what we have been doing, unplugging. I'm going to start with the left side of the engine, make my way down, come back around, and then finish over here. Disconnect everything, make sure nothing is connected to the body of the car. Right now I'm working on the slave cylinder. And once I get that done, got a couple more hoses right here. And then I think I'm done with this side. I have to disconnect the starter, which is down here, wraps around. That's what this goes to. It's your starter. I just disconnected these coolant hoses, so there's a lot of coolant. But so we are today. I got a couple more hours, but I'm getting to the point where I'm gonna start needing help soon. So I need to get that down. Back at it today. And I got the starter disconnected, bit back around here. Got these hoses disconnected. Next is the slave cylinder. And I think I just have the power steering pump. And then it should be good. Oh, we got that ground wire. Got to disconnect. But to disconnect the ground, these are the vacuum lines. It goes just like that. Sits right there. I had to take this off to actually disconnect this ground. And to get to this hose, these hoses were tight. I mean, 26 years old. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna replace these hoses. I might, but that's where we are today. I need to find some help today, otherwise I won't be able to pull this engine. But that's where I stand right now. Really close. We don't know if I have to pull the air compressor. I might even have to pull the alternator. But that's where I'm at right now. If I was wrong, I did disconnect it from the slave cylinder, but I'm pretty sure this is just would be called the clutch lines. I'm pretty new to this. This is only my second time pulling an engine. This is the first time doing it by myself. So excuse me if my car guru slang is off, but I have just that power steering pump. I'm not sure if you can see it, but it's way back here. Yeah, I don't know if you can get a good look at it. Anyway, it's back there. I gotta disconnect that. Disconnect the throttle cable. And then my sister and her husband are coming over. Get focus for you guys. There you go. And they're coming over. Gonna pull this bad boy out. Drop the tranny. And then replace the clutch, flywheel, pressure plate, and the slave cylinder. And then reattach the transmission, and then drop the engine back in. I'm not sure if I'll be able to drop it back in today because my sister and her husband have to work at about 3-ish. I mean, I don't think it's going to take that long, but we'll see. That's where we are right now. I'm not sure if we have to disconnect the alternator, but I might have to. I'll just basically keep you guys updated, and if the next clip is us pulling out the engine, then we got it. So I'll get you guys next. And by the way, if you didn't know and you're new to 3000 GTs, this is dual overhead cam, as you can read here. Dual overhead cam, 24 valve. And on my other one, it's single overhead cam, 12 valve. So that's why I got this project car. And there we are. Hey everybody, due to content that was lost, there are 4 mortar mounts, and it's on the left on the transmission all the way around from back to front and to the right side, which would be the front of the engine. So on the transmission, when you want to take out the entire mount that is connected to the transmission, it'll help later on when you're putting it back in. But I did not have to take out the alternator or the AC compressor. It actually comes right up. I had to stand on the transmission while my brother-in-law actually jacked it up, but it came right out. I did not have to ruin anything, and everything came out great. So that's what happened, and I apologize for the content that was lost. Hey guys, got bell housing loose, well, one bolt, and then make our way to the slave cylinder. The old one was actually stuck. As you can see, it's moving. That's the way it should be. That was the problem in the first place. Slave cylinder was sticking. And now, basically what's next, my sister and her husband helped me. So as far as what I can get done today or right now. Maybe I can get the bell housing loose, and I don't think I can get the transmission off by myself. I mean, maybe. But I gotta leave soon, so I might just call it a day. But pressure plate, the flywheel, and the clutch, and then the slave cylinder, and then it's going right back on. So like I said earlier, any questions, just comment down below. I'd be happy to answer them. And these belts all need replaced. Look at all the cracks. So I'm gonna have to get new belts before I put this bad boy back on. So that's where I'm at right now. I'll keep you guys updated. Hello everybody. Today, actually I got the slave cylinder replaced. I'm not sure if I covered that, but that's replaced. I sprayed all this with PB Blaster, that's why it's wet. Don't worry about that, and plus it's coolant. But I am removing all the bell housing bolts and making sure that I put them in baggies so I don't forget. You got about, I think it was about like 10, 11, I don't know, I haven't counted, but there's a decent amount. Up top it's 17 millimeter, and then once you get around the bottom and the back side it's 14 millimeter. And I'm getting those out with the air ratchet, so it shouldn't take long to remove the bolt. Hey, Jake, go ahead. Holy okay, so this is the inside of the transmission. If anybody knows what they're looking at, that's not what it's supposed to look like. That's part of your throwout bearing. Got the clutch fork off. These are fins off of the pressure plate. That's part of your other throwout bearing, or the other side. Look at that. So I think we found the problem, boys, why this car was not driving. These fins are completely ripped in. I can't even see the clutch right now, but I guarantee it's destroyed. So I'm gonna take this off and get right back to you guys. This is what it looks like now. This is absolutely insane. This is what it should look like. Side to side. Absolutely ridiculous. I'm gonna take this off and I'll get you a live reaction of me taking off the clutch because I'm sure it's in pieces. Alright, so here's the pressure plate. These bolts, I have to get new ones. They're literally mangled. I had to pound a couple on the socket, so. Wow. It's pretty, yeah, it's pretty gone, but I think the clutch on my car was worse, to be honest. It's pretty burnt, but on my car, I think it was worse. I'm gonna take off the flywheel and then put the flywheel. I was actually surprised. I thought this clutch was gonna be a lot worse, but I guess not. So I'm gonna take off the flywheel, put the new one on, and then I have to go get new bolts for the pressure plate. It didn't come with them. But yeah, I'll do that and I'll get back to you. All right, guys, we got the clutch and the pressure plate off. With your clutch kit, it'll come with this clutch alignment tool. You'll set that in. You'll put your clutch on it first. You'll set it in, just like that. And then you put your pressure plate on next, and you screw it down and bolt it down, and pull that bad boy out. But they didn't have the exact bolt for me, so I got the closest thing to it, and you know it's gonna work. I just have to torque these down. I think it's like 12 or something like that. But next, I have to replace the clutch fork because it's completely, it was bad. So replacing that, I have to wait to pick that in, and then I can put it all back together, and then I'll be able to drop the engine back in. So stay tuned. Hey everybody, thanks for watching the video. I wanted to split this up because basically now I'm going to get into putting the engine back in. So just stay tuned, like, subscribe, and I haven't mentioned this before, but go follow my Instagram. I post a lot of things on there and put it on my stories. So if you're curious, you know, it's a couple weeks behind on my YouTube, so I can keep content available. I do 2 or 3 weeks behind on my YouTube, but everything on my Instagram is always up to date. So if you want to do that, go check it out. I'll drop that in the link. I'll drop that in the description. But I think that the pressure plate was absolutely insane. If anybody's seen worse, I'd love to hear the story. Like I said, you could comment down below, or you could even DM me and tell me something, a story that you had on Instagram. So have a great day, guys, and I enjoy you guys coming along with me. So just stay tuned for the next video.